How's everybody doing? Good.
Tyrann, could you talk a little bit, before you signed here, Watt was recruiting you on social media. Did he have anything to do with you coming here? And if he did, could you tell us about it? And also, what was O'Brien's role in getting you here?
Well, I knew Watt knew JJ for a couple years. Me and him actually share the same agents, and so we've had a couple lunches together. We've been able to communicate, via phone, via text, social media, things like that. I just wanted to come to a group where guys were hungry. Obviously I'm very hungry at this point in my career. I wanted to come to a team that had great potential, a team that was dominant on defense, and I think I made the right choice. Well, Coach O, my first time meeting him was actually last night. And he's a great guy, great coach. Obviously, he's coached a long time in this league, and just him wanting me here, it definitely encouraged me.
How would you describe your mentality toward football and the kind of flexibility you bring to the secondary in terms of where you line up, who you cover, things like that?
Well, I just try to put it all on the table. Whatever my coaches ask me to do, I always try to do it. I'm a team player, and I just try to put it all on the line for the team. Whatever my coaches want me to do, whether it's safety or nickel or cornerback, I'm willing to do that.
Always had this famous nickname. Who gave it to you, and what do you think about having that nickname?
Well, I'm still not sure where exactly my nickname came from. It actually started in college, and it just kind of stuck with me throughout my NFL career.
You mentioned still being hungry. Where do you feel like you're at this point in your career? You've had all pro caliber seasons. You've had some injuries. You've had to bounce back some stuff. You're still 25. What do you still want to prove and accomplish at this point in your career?
Well, I just want to prove my point that I'm one of the best safeties in this league. Obviously, I had some setbacks. I had some challenges, and I try to take those challenges head on. And I had a great situation in Arizona. I think the team helped me out a lot. I think the players in the locker room, I've benefited off them a lot. So I'm really trying to just come here, with a clean slate. It's a fresh start for me, and just trying to prove my point again.
What is it about this roster that made you think that they can turn around their 4-12 season last year?
Well, obviously I look at the quarterback position. I look at the talent those guys have on offense, and then I look at the defense. I don't think I ever played with a defensive line quite like the guys that they have here with Merciless and Watt and Clowney. So I'm going to have a lot of fun playing behind those guys, and I think that played a part, in me coming here as well.
Kind of piggybacking off of what you just said, what's the feeling like of this team in the league with guys? And obviously, yes, last year is not the year that they were anticipating, but what's the feeling like from afar when you see this group?
Well, it was an exciting football team to watch, especially when Deshaun was healthy, and I think having him, I think it gives a lot of us confidence, and I think anytime you play on a team with a quarterback with his kind of capabilities, it always gives your team an advantage. And like I just mentioned, the guys on defense, I think those guys are dominant as well. So it was a great group for me. They got some great leaders, some great veterans in the secondary, and I've always had that where I came from, and so I'm just looking forward to really gelling with the guys, coming in here, just putting the work in, and just letting those guys get to know me.
Tyrann, can you take us through your decision-making process? Was it a slam dunk coming here? Was it a tough decision? How would you look at it?
Well, I tried to make the best decision for me and my family. Obviously, I felt like I had other options on the table. Obviously, more money, but I think ultimately the Texans was the best decision for me. Like I said, they have a lot of young guys. They have a great defensive line, got some veterans in the secondary, and I felt like I could come in and really help these guys.
How much of a role did John Lucas play for you coming out of college and everything?
Played a big role. I think the time I spent with him, just transitioning from college to the NFL, I think he helped me out a lot, especially with my recovery and just pushing forward with my life.
Tyrann, how much pride do you take in being a leader? When you left Arizona, lots of people were tweeting and going on Instagram praising you that way.
Well, I just try to lead by example, especially on the football field. I just try to play as hard as I can, and I try to make the plays that count. And, off the field, all I'm trying to do is really inspire these kids, inspire the youth, help my community in New Orleans, Arizona, and obviously I have a new challenge here in Houston. And so I'm really looking forward to not only the things I can do on the field, but the impact, I can have off of it.
As a playmaker, how much do you feel like it's instinct, and how much do you feel like it's film study, or a little bit of both? And just how do you kind of see the game and kind of let things develop in front of you? Is Ed Reed a big influence for you?
Yeah, I think coming from Louisiana, you always looked up to guys like Ed Reed, and I think part of it is film study. I think the other part is natural, just you going out there, letting your hair down, and just playing fast. And I try to watch enough film so that on game days I'm able to just play the game.
Tyrann, did two things here. Did anything stick in your mind from the Texans game? Just any vignettes, anecdotes, or anything that might have had anything at all to do with this decision? And then a totally off-the-wall question here.
Yeah.
You're coming to a city where the baseball team is world champions, the basketball team has the best team record. You're probably a sports fan. Did that have anything to do with it? Just the excitement, the energy in Houston right now.
Well, I miss the South. I miss the food down here, and obviously, like you mentioned, you guys have some great sports teams, and I just want to put my hand in the pile. Like I said, I think the Texans have a lot of potential, offensively and defensively. So, I just want to put my hand in the pile and help this team win as many games as I can.
Right back to the game. Anything that happened in the game? Just anything you remember?
No, not really. Besides that one dig route, Ellington caught on me, like 40 yards. Other than that.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
Hey, Tyrann, you said you had other options and for more money. Why did you sign a one-year deal?
Well, I think at this point in my career, obviously, getting released, on the beginning of the new league year, I felt like I had to make a decision fast, but I wanted to make a safe decision. I wanted to make one that I was comfortable with. Like I mentioned, I think coming back down south, obviously I'm closer to my family. I think that played a part, and I can't say it enough, man. I get to play with Clowney and Watt. I just stand in the middle of the field, and so I'm going to have a lot of fun, man.
You talked about Bill O'Brien's impact on your decision to come here and Deshaun Watson. What about Romeo Crennel? He's going to be stepping in now and taking over the defense.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't think I've ever had a coach with his kind of pedigree. With all the Super Bowl wins he's had and all the games he's coached in and being a head coach and being a defensive coordinator. And just talking to him last night, I think he has some great ideas for me. I think we're both going to feed off of each other. And, at the end of the day, I want him to make me, the best safety in the game. And I do believe I can get to that point.
Tyrann, you overcame a lot prior to the draft and went to a great situation with the Cardinals, knowing Patrick Peterson. And you've said he was like a mentor to you, took you under his wing. What did he mean to you, and what's it going to be like actually playing football without Pat Peterson for the first time in a couple of years?
Yeah, I think Pat was instrumental for me. He was always that big brother I never truly had. And, I leaned on him a lot, and, I benefited off him, especially early on in my career in Arizona. And, I think about this situation, and I'm coming to a new team, and maybe it's my turn to be that leader for one of these younger guys. And, so I take pride in it. I think I've learned enough and a lot from not only Pat, but Calais and Larry. So, I think I'm fit to be a leader. I was voted captain at Arizona. Like I said, I'm going to come here, just put my head down and go to work and, let these guys feed off my energy in a positive way.
Tyrann, years ago, can you take us through the situation where your family maybe relocated here during Katrina? What happened during that deal?
Yeah, it was about 11 years ago, I was something like that. And my family, we actually went to a shelter outside of Alexandria, and then from there we moved right outside of Houston in Humble, Texas, and we enrolled in school there. And so we stayed there for about 3 months until the schools opened back up in Louisiana. Then we went back home. But Humble was definitely a residence of mine.
It's kind of crazy here. All these years later, you're back in the Houston area.
Yeah, I guess life comes full circle.
What do you remember? It was a while though about that time with transitioning, coming here, Katrina, all the craziest. I mean, Houston went through Harvey, which was crazy in itself, but how that impacted you and affected your life and your family's life.
Yeah, it was tough. Obviously I was a kid at the time, and I didn't really understand the responsibilities, that my parents or my aunts or my uncles was facing. But it was a great challenge for us, not only my family, but for the entire, city of New Orleans. And I'm sure the people of Houston can attest to floods and hurricanes and whatnot. So, just me being here, obviously, I'm going to do my part to try to help this community out. Like I said, I want to do well on the field, but most importantly, I want to do better off the field.
You become a staple in the Phoenix area. How hard was it for you to leave? Did you ever seriously consider staying once they decided to ask you to take a pay cut?
I did consider staying, and it was definitely hard to leave Phoenix. Obviously, just being rooted in the community how I was, and having the kind of fan base that I had there, and not only that, but the contract and the responsibilities of being a professional football player. I took great pride in it. I had a lot of fun. I got a lot of great memories in Arizona, and like I said, I just want to push forward, move forward, and become a leader here in Houston.
Sorry, you're not the biggest safety, but you have a lot of pop. Where do you feel like that hitting ability comes from, the ability to just bring a lot of leverage into your tackles?
Well, I think it's just, everything I've been through, always being doubted, always being counted out, and I think you just kind of take that, you put a chip on your shoulder and you take it on the football field with you, and, that's all I try to do. I try to play with a chip on my shoulder. I try to play as if I had a point to prove, and I try to play as if no one believed in me.
You played with Patrick, obviously, but do you have any relationship with either Kareem or J-Joe?
I actually spoke with J-Joe the other day, and Kareem is an SEC guy, so I've been watching him a long time. And like I mentioned, they got some young guys on his defense, but I was really excited about the vets that was on the team, and so I'm sure that I can learn a lot from those guys, Kareem and J-Joe.
Who did Romeo or whoever say where you would play?
I do believe I will start at safety, and then from there we will see. But coach has made it clear that he don't want to put too much on my plate. So I'll focus on safety, and I'll try to work on that craft and help the team there to start.
You mentioned Jadeveon. What has it been like for you to watch him from a distance, and now you're joining him?
I mean, it's been fascinating, just to see his growth, coming from the #1 pick and the #1 pick, and then having some question marks, but then coming on strong. I'm excited, man. I watched him play against us last year. I mean, Arizona, we came here last year, and he's dominant. And I think to have him and JJ on the field at the same time, I'm going to have a lot of fun in the back end.
What happened to you last year where you were able to play more snaps than any player in the league after having injury issues ever since you came into the league?
Yeah, it was really weird. I never got injured until I got to the NFL, and after my fourth season, I told myself that I would do a little bit more, and I just try to take care of my body a little bit more, and I think that's what ultimately helped me get through the season. I played the most snaps last year. I didn't miss a game, and I leaned on a lot of vets too. A lot of guys showed me the ropes, taught me some tricks, different things to do before games, after games, and I think it kept me fresh, and I felt like I got better throughout as the season went on.
Good. All right,
Thank you. Appreciate it.